binoculars, welcome back to Viva Barca and welcome to another interesting episode where we are going to be discussing on the latest transfer news and developments. We start with Ivan Fresneda as it has been reported that the 20 million euro rated Spanish starlet does not generate consensus at Barcelona right now. We are going to be discussing on that as we move ahead. Then, secondly, talking about Clement Lenglet, as Barca and Tottenham are at a deadlock in negotiations currently for the 15 million euro rated defender. We are also going to be discussing on that. So guys, as we get right into the stories in much detail, please do ensure to subscribe to the channel if you haven't. Turn on the post bell notification to always stay notified whenever I post a new video. Consider liking the video and please watch it right up to the very end. Barcelona are likely to spend the remainder of the summer transfer window going after a new right back and also a defensive midfielder. The club have particularly intensified the pursuit of a new right back lately as coach Xavi Hernandez looks to reinforce his options in that position. The club have been linked with a move for João Cancelo, who remains the transfer priority, but they have looked at options as well, including Pablo Maffeo, Juan Foyth, and Ivan Fresneda. According to Javi Miguel, though, Barcelona have yet to reach a consensus over Fresneda. There are those within the club who rate the Real Valladolid started very highly, but there are also people not convinced he is worth the outlay this summer. Formerly of the Real Madrid Youth Academy, Fresneda enjoyed an excellent 2022-23 campaign with Real Valladolid, establishing himself as a first-team regular. He has earned plaudits for his ability to move forward and provide support out wide. The teenager has a release clause worth 20 million euros in his contract with Real Valladolid, with the value dropping from 40 million following their relegation from La Liga last season. And why Barcelona are aware of Fresneda's potential, they are not willing to invest a fortune in the player just yet. At just 18, the youngster still lacks experience at the highest level, and Barcelona are not in a position to take such a gamble given their current economic situation. With that in mind, Barca are currently favoring a move for João Cancelo of Manchester City. Signing the Portuguese star could be a difficult task as well, as FC Barcelona can only sign him on a loan deal. That is why the La Liga champions have recently set their sights on Pablo Maffeo. The Mallorca star has some experience at the top level and could be available for a considerably cheaper price. Whether or not the club do end up making a move for the former Stuttgart and Manchester City player remains to be seen. Barcelona shouldn't be confused about their transfer targets. If they want to go for a player, I think they should do it because I can't count the number of times we have been talking about Ivan Fresneda as the right back that Barca wants to go in for. And now getting reports like this that within the club or within the offices of Barca, the player doesn't generate a consensus. That is, the player doesn't, he's not the best of ideas that most of the people or most of the staff members or the coaching staff want the club to go after. And that is why Barca are still keeping their options open. And hopefully, I just think all this confusion, you are showing interest today, tomorrow you start saying, no, we don't think this guy is good enough, he's inexperienced and stuff like that. Time is running out. Time is running out. Because we know the right back position is the position that we have always been crying out for the club to go after, to strengthen. It should be at least a priority for Barca to strengthen. Because for me, if next season comes and kickstarts without a proper right back, then there should be a question sign. Where are we going to? Since Dani Alves left this club in 2016, in his first spell, it has not been easy to find a good right back. Players have come and gone. The player Nelson Semedo, Dest, even Sergio Roberto, who is a makeshift, have not been the best option there. Barca have never been stabilized as compared to the left back where Jordi Alba have always been there for many years until when, uh, you know, until when Bade came last season and took over the role and make it his own. But talking about right back, we know that it's a priority. Even though Xavi sometimes acts funny, sometimes he'd be like, for him, DM should be the priority until when other positions are being fulfilled before he can start thinking about a right back. Kunde have already said he doesn't want to be there. So I don't see a reason why we shouldn't go for one. We need to. Fresneda have been a good player in La Liga, even though his club relegated last season. But it still baffles me that Barca are still not contemplating going for him. Why were they showing strong interest for him for the past 1 month or so? It's what still baffles me. So let's see who ends up to be our right back. Then moving on to the final story of discussion. Clement Lenglet is one of the players Barca are looking to get rid of this summer. The defender is coming on the back of a decent loan spell at Tottenham, but the club are finding it so difficult to sell him on permanent deal. Tottenham have retained an interest in the player and want to get him on a permanent deal this summer. However, according to Sport, Barca and Tottenham are still yet to reach an agreement over Lenglet's sale. Barca, for their part, are still holding on for 15 million valuation as they look for a fresh infusion of cash. Lenglet's sale would help the club reduce the salary mass, given its steep wages, which in turn could go a long way in helping them register new signings. Spurs, though, are not willing to spend a fortune on the former Sevilla centre-back. They are willing to offer up to 5 million for the Frenchman, arguing that they will have to take over the player's hefty wages next season. Lenglet is indeed sitting on a hefty salary package at Barca, who could owe the player a whopping 16 million if he stays at the club next season. This can be problematic for Barca, who are desperately looking to balance their books in order to sign new players. So guys, with that, we have come to an end of this episode. Thanks a lot for watching. Until next time, bye bye.